Hey guys, Marty here from Nintendo Dads, and we've got another product review for you today. This time of two controllers from Nyko Tech. The first one being the core controller for the Nintendo Switch. This has not actually come out yet. And also the Nyko Super Miniboss, which is a wireless controller for the SNES Classic. I received both of these today from Nyko, and I'm pretty excited to dig into them. And we're going to show you those products here in just a minute. But first, I thought I would talk a little bit about each of these. This is the core controller is a wired version of the Pro controller, which is considerably cheaper than the regular Pro controller. Nintendo's runs to $69.99 and counting, or I think they're on sale right now for $59.99 actually in some places. But you can actually pick up one of these guys for $19.99, which is a huge, significant upgrade. If you can go along with the fact that it has a 10-foot cord and also some other things that are missing, like a gyroscope, the NFC tech is missing, some of the other internals are missing as well. And so it's a great product if you're looking to save money, and it actually, when it comes out of the box, here is the core controller. One thing to notice is that it says right here on a yellow sticker that getting started before gameplay, please visit Nyko.com to check for controller updates. Well, we've done that. There are no controller updates for this because it's simply plug and play. Unlike the Nyko dock, and Nyko's been getting some bad press lately because of the portable dock, but it's just USB. You plug it into the dock, or you plug it in, you just plug it into the dock. I guess you can't really plug it into the Switch. And we'll show you how this works here in just a moment. But you can see it's got a pretty long cord. One thing that is neat about this is it does light up here at the bottom to show you which person is using it. First player, second player, or third player. Because the Switch does have three USB ports that you can plug it into, two in the front, one on the back. And this, it feels great. It's got a really nice D-pad, which is probably something, is actually something that a lot of people complain about the Pro controller. So I haven't tried it out yet, but we're going to in just a second. Also is the Super Miniboss controller. And this one comes in, I think, at about $20 as well. I didn't get to check the price before we started, but in the package comes a little dongle that plugs into the front of the SNES. Also a charge cable that's simply just a micro USB cable. And then you have the controller itself, which is styled just like the Super Nintendo controller of days of yore, and two L and R buttons here at the top. That's the power button. There's a turbo button, which is able to actually be mapped here. You can kind of press it down and then press Y, or press it down and press X, and that button begins to use turbo and start and select. And it feels great in the hand. One of the complaints, I've got an 8-bit DOE controller that's an NES version that actually has all of these buttons as well. And the only problem I have with it is that it's a little bit too compact for people with larger hands. And so this feels great, feels like a regular Super Nintendo controller. The buttons are really responsive, pretty tight actually. And so we're going to sync this to the SNES Classic here in just a minute and show you how it works. All right, so the first one that we're going to test is the Super Nintendo controller, the Miniboss, and it comes with a sticker on the front of it as well, which I'm going to go ahead and peel off, and it says hold select to sync. So we'll do that right now. I've already plugged the dongle in here. It's flashing. So I'm going to turn it on and hold down select to sync, and it looks like it's already synced, and look at there. It's already working. Feels great. Now you'll notice that there are some titles on my SNES Classic that aren't available in other, usually. But we'll go back here to these original games and take a look here. Let's, something we can get into really quick here with Mario Kart. Just see, so far that feels really good. The controller's not heavy at all. Very responsive to button presses. I'm excited about this because I've been looking for a good wireless controller. It'll be Toad. Let's get into a race here and see exactly how well this works. Super Nintendo controller was one of my favorite controllers of all time, and so to have something that feels like that, and I'm doing terrible in Mario Kart. It feels like I haven't even played this game before. Yoshi, get out of the way. So far, so good. Everything feels great. The only kind of unsure thing is that the shoulder buttons don't feel quite as responsive as a Super Nintendo controller, regular Super Nintendo controller. So maybe something that works out over time as we test it and as we get to play around with it. But I think if you're in the market for these, an 8-bit Do controller runs about $30. And this one, what I'd really like to test is if it works on the SNES or the NES Classic as well. But I don't have mine hooked up right now, so I won't be able to do that. But that's the Nyko Miniboss controller. Works really good. It has a light here on top to show you that it's on. The dongle also lights up. Let's head back to the menu screen here. Again, a little mod that I've done to it. But overall, that works great. So let's try the Switch controller as well. We'll go ahead and get over to the Switch input here and just plug this in to the dock. When it's plugged in, it immediately lights up there. That cord is really long. I feel like I could probably sit on my couch and play with this controller, but I'd really be afraid that somebody would come by and hit it or pull the dock down along with the Switch with it. So let's see what happens here. Turn the Switch on. And immediately I'm in. It works just as if I had already synced it up. Go down here to controllers. It's now showing that this is connected via USB and feels great. The control pad works great. Very responsive shoulder buttons. Feel good. They feel exactly like the Pro controllers. Again, the only thing that you're not getting with this is the NFC touch point for Amiibo. You're not getting the gyroscope. You're not getting all the internals that the Nintendo Pro controller has. And so if you're looking for something, maybe your kids don't do well with the Joy-Cons, or maybe you don't do well with the Joy-Cons, $20. This is a great alternative to that. And so we can just get into a game here. Of course, I picked one that takes a while to load up, but meanwhile, while that loads up, I can just make a commercial here for the fact that Enter the Gungeon is an incredible game. If you haven't listened to the podcast for like the last 10 weeks, you'll know that Zach and I kind of got obsessed with this game, and it's a great game. If you don't have it, consider this your commercial. Consider this my pitch again for you to buy Enter the Gungeon. And I'll probably end up playing it after this video is over with. May even use this controller. Get a quick match or a quick start. The only thing I don't like about this game, it takes forever to load. A bullet guy jumping in there. Hindsight 2020, should have had one loaded up. All right, here we go. Yeah, so far controller feels incredibly responsive. Everything looks great. Everything works exactly as it should. And, should have been loaded up there. But, yeah, everything on this controller is working great. And I know, like I said earlier in the video, Nyko's gotten some flack lately about their dock and about some of their other products. But guys, I really think this is one that you should give a try if you're looking for an extra controller, if you're looking for maybe a cheap alternative. I know that Power A has put out some controllers recently at Walmart that are Nintendo character themed. They have Donkey Kong and Mario and Splatoon and others on there. And those are running about $24.88 at Walmart. And there's other options out there. I know GameStop has the same controller for the same price. It just has different graphics on it and everything. This, again, just a plain black controller, 20 bucks, great value. The Miniboss works great, this works great. We want to thank Nyko for sending these over to us and for providing great tech for us to use. Keep checking back here at our YouTube channel for all of our videos. And every Friday, our podcast drops on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and VGTribune.com. My name's Marty again for Nintendo Dads. Bye-bye.